Hi my little goslings, and welcome back to my random thoughts on Thursdays. This week I'm going to be talking about fitness. So last week I did a kind of looking into the future for what my goals were for 2014. And one of the things was to become more active. And I kind of want to expound on that a little bit and talk a little bit about what my goals are in terms of fitness. A lot of people, they make goals of, well, I'm going to lose 50 pounds in 2 weeks, or, ridiculous goals that just aren't going to happen. And, okay, most people aren't quite that ridiculous, but still. A lot of people I see, like, I'm going to lose 2 pounds a week, or I'm going to lose at least 1 pound a week, and things like that. And to be realistic, I am a middle-aged woman, and that generally doesn't happen. From my experience, the last time I kind of went on a fitness binge, so to speak, the last time I had a FitBit, when I had my FitBit Ultra before I lost it last year, even though I was going to the gym 6 days a week, and I did 3 strength and 3 cardio days every week, after about 9 months, I lost about 10 pounds. So I was losing roughly a pound a month and not a pound a week. When I was 20, I could lose a pound a week easily, but unfortunately, as you get older, one of the things I've had to realize is to stop focusing on weight loss. Weight loss will happen. But if I focus on solely weight loss, it's going to be so slow and it's going to take so long that I'm going to get frustrated and I'm going to quit. And so I can't focus on weight loss. While I am weighing myself, and I'm very much a data nerd, data geek, I need to see a lot of data. It's one of the reasons why the Fitbit works for me so well, because it gives me a lot of data about how active I am during the day. And so while a lot of doctors say don't weigh yourself every day, I do weigh myself every day, just because I want the data points. And I do realize, there's going to be fluctuations, and that's just a reality of the way your body works. And as long as I don't focus on weight as my goal, I'm fine. So my goal is to be more active, and to be a little bit more specific on that, I've decided my bare minimum to meet my goal each week is 3 days of exercise for at least 30 minutes. And generally, if I go to the gym and I do a 30-minute workout with my Fitbit on, that day I generally have about 6,000 steps for the day. If I do 45 minutes, I have about 8,000 steps. And then, if I do if I go and do a 45-minute gym thing, plus I do some shopping, I can easily get to 10,000 steps, which is the government minimum recommended steps a day, which is very difficult to get to. I did it Tuesday, but I spent about an hour chasing the dog around the living room to get there. So it's not easy to get those 10,000 steps, let me tell you. And so like I said, 30 minutes of exercise gets me about 6,000 steps. So whether or not I actually go to the gym and do 30 minutes of exercise, as long as I've gotten about 6,000 steps in 3 times a week, I will consider myself being more active than I was prior to the holidays, where I was probably, if I'm on a really sedentary day and I'm not doing much, I'm just kind of sitting up in my office or watching TV or whatnot, those days I get somewhere between 2,000 and 4,000 steps. So that's a sedentary day. So I still, it's surprising that even when you're sedentary, you still walk 2,000 steps. It's like, I was actually surprised that when the first time I got a Fitbit and I measured my steps on a sedentary day versus an active day, and I was like, wow, that's actually more than I would have thought. I would have thought I only did 500 steps on a sedentary day. I guess I do 500 steps in it, like if I'm sick in bed all day and I just get up and go to the bathroom, and that's it. That's super sedentary. So that's my focus. That's my goal. Now, that being said, right now I'm kind of really enjoying watching Netflix on my smartphone, and I've gotten back into, I'm rewatching the entire Star Trek Voyager series, and each episode is 45 minutes, so I'm getting a 45-minute workout in while I'm watching it, and I'm trying to do it 6 days a week, so Monday through Saturday, taking Sunday off. And if I keep that up, I have enough episodes, because the series was 7 years long, I have enough episodes to last me through July. So that would be great if I could do that. There's going to be at least 1 week where I won't be able to, because I'm going to be at a conference in Salt Lake in March. And I do a lot of walking at that conference, so I'm not going to go to the gym at that conference, but that's another story, and I'll talk more about that conference when it happens. So anyway, so again, to reiterate, and this is sort of just, you know, me putting this on record, 3 days a week, 6,000 steps a week, 6,000 steps each day, 3 days a week minimum. If I can, I will continue doing the 45 minutes a day, 6 days a week. But if I have an off week, as long as I do those 3 days at 6,000 steps, I'm good. And what I'm going to do is, at the end of all of my vlogs going forward, is I'm going to put in a little blurb at the end to give a status report. Did I achieve my steps or not? That's one thing. So, because I want to get fit, I want to get healthy. I don't want to look like a thin stick model. I'm not trying to get, you know, super sexy or anything. I mean, I'm middle-aged. I just want to get fit, I want to get healthy. You know, I don't want to get into my latter part of my middle age and getting into my senior years in the next 20, 30 years and be suffering from a lot of health problems because I was too lazy to exercise when I was still healthy enough to do so. So that's the main reason I'm doing all this. Second part of my fitness is just eating healthier. I am a big proponent of a low-carb diet, and I don't follow anything specific. I don't follow Atkins or Fat Flush or any number of these low-carb diets that are out there where you have to follow a regimen and everything. I use common sense, okay? Portion control is a big thing. Eating lean protein, lots of veggies, fresh fruit, some grains. So I'm not cutting grains out entirely, but I'm trying to do more whole grains and less processed grains. I use a sweetener called Z-Sweet instead of sugar in my tea that I drink, and I love to drink tea, and coffee in the morning. So instead of using sugar, I have a sugar substitute that agrees with me and that I like the taste of. And then you know, I'll try to eat quinoa more often than rice, although, and basmati rice more often than regular rice. You know, I look at the glycemic index of foods. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but, you know, if you look that up, I might put a link down below about the glycemic index and information about that. The lower the glycemic index on a food, the slower the sugars get absorbed into the body and the less of an insulin reaction your body has and things, which is a good thing overall. And all of that has to do with how your body converts sugars into fat. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, eating fat isn't what makes people fat. Eating sugar and processed grains, processed carbs like pastas and all that squishy white bread and donuts and cake and cupcakes and all that stuff, that's what makes people fat. You know, sure, there's butter in there too, but you know what? It's that processed stuff. Your body, your insulin level rises, your blood sugar spikes, and that stuff gets converted to fat like nobody's business. And so, you know, I'm a big believer in that diet. And I do like to eat lean protein. I know there's a lot of people out there who are very much proponents of vegan diets, and a lot of people have lost weight on vegan diets, and you know what? That's fine. If you enjoy eating that way, or you have an ethical reason for eating that, whatever. I mean, whatever diet or exercise regime works for you, that you know you can stick with, that's the right one for you. What works for me works for me. I know what works for me. I do fall off the bandwagon sometimes, and I'm bad about it, but if I can get into the routine and get into the habit, and for me, I have to pair the exercise with the diet. Diet alone doesn't work, exercise alone doesn't work for me. And if I fall off of one, I tend to fall off of the other one because I'm like, well, if I'm not exercising, I might as well go eat this donut now. It's a weird way my brain works, and that's just the way my brain works. And as long as I'm sticking with the one, I could stick with the other one fairly well. Doesn't mean that I'm never going to eat another donut the rest of my life, at all. I just try not to eat one every day, or every week, or, it's an occasional treat that I allow myself. And then I get, like, at Whole Foods, they have these really good little truffles, and I think it's like 50 calories for 3 truffles, and I allow myself 1. Sometimes I have 1 every single day. Sometimes I'll go weeks without having one until the mood strikes me. But, so you need to allow yourself to eat things that you enjoy. You just don't want to overdo it on the bad things. Eat more of the healthy things, eat less of the bad things. Find a good balanced diet that works for you. Find a good exercise regime that works for you, because, at the very least, cardio exercise is good for your heart. It's good for your circulatory system. It's good all around. If you can add some strength training into that, which I may incorporate some strength training in the future, but right now my focus is cardio and just being active. That's it. So that's where I'm at. Look forward to my weekly updates on my progress at the end of my future vlogs, and I hope you liked this vlog, and please give it a thumbs up if you did. And if you're not subscribed yet, I'd greatly appreciate a subscription. And until next week, take care. Bye-bye.